This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. Okay, you know, as I have not stopped talking about it, that my goal for myself this year is to get 10,000 steps a day. And thank you for asking. It's actually going really well. And one thing that I have taken note of as I've gotten to work with people and know people in the fitness and nutrition field is like my favorite trainers, they'll have me do one thing, but I don't start a new habit until the first one is on lock. And now that my 10,000 steps are on lock, the next thing I'm trying to add in is close to 100 ounces of water. Do I ever get there? Meh. I get close, but I get even closer with Liquid IV because it gives you triple the hydration. So it's like up to 3 times the hydration. You take their yummy flavors and 16 ounces of water. It kind of is a little variety, you know, the spice of life in my drinking water routine. So break the mold on your own ritual. Just one stick is 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. And so you're going to make that water you're drinking count for more. Again, I don't know if the science is sciencing, but I do know that it has 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. It's always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. Woohoo! So embrace your ritual with extraordinary hydration from Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code AWESOME at checkout. Yes, that's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code AWESOME at liquidiv.com.
I was never really a runner. The way I see running is a gift, especially when you have stage 4 cancer. I'm Anne. I'm running the Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America. I run for Dana-Farber Cancer Institute to give people like me a chance to thrive in life, even with cancer.
Join Bank of America in helping Anne's cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/supportAnne. What would you like the power to do? References to charitable organizations is not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
Join us on a journey, you glorious human, to see yourself clearly and feel a little more awesome than you did before. It's Awesome with Allison. Hello, and welcome to Girlfriend Therapy. I'm Allison, and why are we having girlfriend therapy? Because you can lie to yourself and you can lie to your therapist, but you can't lie to me. Or you can if you want to. I don't even care. But basically, I just wanted there to be a place where you can ask your questions. I love helping out in any way I can. And the ultimate objective here is that you can see yourself clearly in your beautiful, amazing power. And sometimes that's going to feel really good, and sometimes it's going to feel uncomfortable. But either way, you're going to have your girlfriends with you. I have decided, and I talked to my friend Whitney Wits Tits about this. We both agree that we want to call you sister girlfriends. So if you would like to be a brother girlfriend, that's fine too. But sister girlfriend, we're going to take your calls. And thank you to those of you who have called the hotline. Because I don't do a show unless you have a question. But before I take this call, which I'm so excited about, one thing that I want to do is talk about something I want to talk about. And I want to talk about Martha Stewart because I just watched the Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix. I know that I'm behind. And if you know me, you might have thought, I know Allison loves Martha. She's going to watch that documentary immediately. But there was part of me that wasn't ready to receive it. I genuinely believe TV shows and books, documentaries, movies, media in general can be like medicine. And I could tell like energetically there was something about the documentary that was going to really hit for me, but I wasn't ready for it. How did I know I wasn't ready for it? Because I just didn't feel like watching it. And last night at like midnight, I started it and I was in my bed just like... because I've always supported her. I love Martha Stewart. Here's the reason why I want to talk about it. And it's actually going to feed in really awesome to our sister girlfriend Brenna's question that we're going to listen to next. And it is that basically the issue with Martha Stewart is that she is a powerful woman who's not nice. And I friggin' love it. I love it. I got to ask her a question in person one time. And I'm obsessed with how she answered it. It was at a business conference and everybody asked her all these like business questions I was so annoyed by. And I got to ask a question and I said, hey, for your pie crust, butter or shortening? And she looked at me like I was so stupid and was like, it's in my book, butter. I love it so much. I love that she took homemaking and dainty doilies and intensity and business acumen and turned it into this true teaching empire. And what spoke to me the most was essentially the worst thing that could have ever happened to Martha Stewart happened for her and her brand, because she's all about perception. And so when she went to jail, really unrightfully so, went to jail, that was it. It affected her business. It affected the stocks. It affected the prices. It affected all of it. And she spent 150 days, 5 months in prison, and she started teaching the women and helping them see that their ideas could be turned into businesses. And that's one of the reasons why I've always loved her and related to her, because to her, her level of quality and instruction is like, if I want to share something with you, if I want to talk to you about something, whether it's brand school, making a craft, living in your power, girlfriend therapy, I care very much about you being able to understand the concepts and apply them and find your success in your way. You're not going to do it like me. I don't want to teach people how to do it like me. All I can do is share my point of view, my life experience, my perspective, my readings and research. And I love that even in freaking prison, Martha Stewart found a way to connect with people on ideas and learning. And this segues very nicely into our question from Brenna, so let's get to that.
Hi, Allison. My name is Brenna, and the reason why I'm calling is because I dress very plain and basic, and lately I've been feeling like I want to find more of a style that is fun and more out there and matches my personality a little more, because I think I'm a fun person, but just the way I dress just doesn't communicate that. And I really love your branding and how you have put together all of your looks and everything like that. And so I was wondering if you had any advice for me on how I can find clothes that match my personality better, and then also how I can build up my confidence in new clothes and new styles. Thank you so much. I love to hear what advice you have.
Sister girlfriend Brenna, thank you so much for your question. I love this question because I think so many people are right there with you. Whether your body has changed, whether you gave birth, whether you've gone through a period of sickness, whether you've gone up in size, down in size, our bodies are constantly fluctuating. Our finances are constantly fluctuating, our needs, necessities, and clothing can be very functional, and it can also be very aesthetic. And so I love how you said, Brenna, I think that I'm a fun person. Brenna, you are a fun person. Brenna, I listened to that voicemail, and I know that you are a fun person. And here's what I love so much about your question is what it signifies. And what your question signifies is that you want to open up. You want to share yourself. You are ready to put yourself in the world in a bolder, more authentic to you way. And that's incredible. That is so cool. It means that you've probably gone through something tough. It means that you're coming out of it. It means that you're ready to try something different. I just want to say you asking that question is indicative of so many good things that make me so excited for you. So I have so much confidence and belief in you when it comes to feeling like you can express yourself in the way you dress. Thank you for your kind compliments about my brand. It was funny, Whitney and I were talking about the question, and I had forgotten, like, I had a subscription to Vogue magazine when I was 9. I had forgotten how much time I spent and have spent thinking about fashion and thinking about clothing. In high school, I would write down what I wore because I didn't want to repeat things. But all of that to say, when it comes down to actually getting dressed, I think about fit before I ever think about anything else. So I think about fit before color, before style, before aesthetic. I think about fit because, and again, this is just my perspective. I hope it's helpful. Proportions are a big part of getting dressed for me. And by proportions, I mean the way my clothing is fitting me and the way the style of it and the colors of it are affecting how it looks. So if you'll notice, I rarely wear like a really big, oversized, baggy top with like skinny leggings or biker shorts. I don't personally like those proportions on my body, regardless of what size I am, regardless of where my weight is. It's not what my eye likes for whatever reason, okay? That does not mean that when you put on biker shorts and an oversized t-shirt, I don't think you look absolutely darling, right? I think you're going to find a lot of confidence in your personal style when you are able to identify how you like your clothing to fit. And this is like a really empowering, functional thing, I think, to go about. I know I look good in high-waisted pants. I always have. They go in and out of style. And when they come back in style, I hoard them all up and go, ha, finally, again, the high-waisted girls win. And freaking that low-rise is coming back. Ew. And I like the high-rise. I've always liked a little bit of a 70s flair, a little bit of a 70s vibe, but I also really like the way it looks on me. And so then when it's time to buy something or it's time for a new pair of jeans, maybe I need a bigger pair of jeans, rather than looking at all the jeans, do I do barrel leg? What does a skinny jean mean about me? I come down to what's going to not assault my crotch, what waist length am I going to like, and what is going to functionally work for me and my wardrobe. I am conditioned with so many issues in my head to see my body in so many weird ways, whether I gain weight, lose weight, it doesn't matter. I'm carrying all those stories. All that matters at the end of the day is I feel confident in what I'm in. And if I feel confident in what I'm in, then I show up and present it that way. Today, when I was getting dressed, I thought about, I'm going to be sitting, and today it feels nice just to have some sweatpants on. Now, these are fun and bright. I wanted to look, presentable. So I have this nicer cardigan on, and I like the way the colors are playing. But really what I'm physically wearing today is really, truly, for me, it's about proportion. So now that we've talked about that a little bit, I'd also want to ask you why you feel you have been unable to express your personal style. And the reason I'm asking that question is because there's so many different answers. And I don't know which one is going to be yours. Is it having something to do with, getting teased or picked on or bullied about being different or wearing certain things? Maybe you had a parent who had very specific opinions about what looked good and what didn't look good, and they put those upon you. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe you've been really, really busy doing other things, and your focus has not been on your personal style. There was a point in time when I was traveling around so much, Nichelle was shopping for me all of the time.
It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from McDonald's, Popeyes, Pizza Hut, Wendy's, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a hamburger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
Uh-oh. The last cookie.
You can get a new box of cookies in as fast as an hour with Walmart Express Delivery.
Are you my guilty self-conscience?
No, I'm the voice offering you promo code EXPRESS for free delivery on your first order.
Hey, who ate my cookies?
You mean, these cookies?
Order now. Welcome to your Walmart. Promotion valid for first express delivery order. $50 minimum subject to availability. Restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Prime Video. In the small town of Holland, Michigan, nothing is ever what it seems. Behind the tulip festivals and pretty houses lay dark secrets that threaten to tear a marriage apart. Nicole Kidman stars in this darkly twisted thriller about a wife and mother whose quest to uncover her husband's secrets may get her more than she bargained for. Holland, streaming on Prime Video March 27th.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. From your morning podcast to your afternoon playlist, State Farm knows you personalize your entire day. And that's why State Farm helps you personalize your insurance with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It offers coverage options that help protect what you care about most at an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Like, helping me find things because I felt like I needed to wear something different all the time. And I think that's a pressure that can be put on women. I don't know. That's a different conversation. I want to stay on how do you get to you. But acknowledging why it has been an obstacle or why it is currently an obstacle is very helpful because I want to honor, acknowledge, and cheer for what you have been focusing on. So the reason why you're not quite sure how to express your personal style is because you haven't been thinking about it. I need you to hear that one more time. If you do not like the style of your house, if you do not like the aesthetic of your clothing, if you do not like something, I want you to ask yourself, how much have I actually thought about it? And have you actually thought about what you like, or have you thought about, I don't know what I like? Because I have this friend who has the most gorgeous, curated, beautiful house, gorgeous style. And my sister and I were talking, and I was like, how does she always have everything so perfect and it looks so good? But one of the reasons her home looks so beautiful is because she's actively, joyfully involved in the curation and creation of it. And it's the same thing with your personal style. Where does it fall on your values? How important is it to you to crush it with your aesthetic? It's like, I care. I do. I care. It matters to me. It's fun, but I will be comfortable over cute. And for other people, they value the overall picture. And I think that's amazing because that's part of their creative expression. And I freaking am here for it. And I love it. I'm obsessed when people go in hard on anything. But understanding you're not bad at this, you don't not have the confidence, there's a reason why this hasn't been a focus for you. The fact you want to make it a focus, you're fun, you want to put yourself out there, it means so many good things. But because it has not been something that has been what you're working on, we need to have what feels like delusional compassion for ourselves and say, hey, there is going to be trial and error. And when I buy a pair of jeans and I don't wear them, that gives me what? Not validation that I'm a loser who can't pick out anything for herself, but it gives me information when I set a goal for myself that I don't reach. It gives me information when I don't reach it. And then instead of saying, why can I not just pick out things that bring me joy to wear? It's like, this actually must be more deep-rooted because I thought I would be able to do this thing, like go to the store and find something that sparks joy. Let's say that's your assignment. We decide for you. And if, Brenna, you go to the store and you can't find something that sparks joy, will you promise me that you don't use that to reinforce you don't have enough confidence or personality or fun or style, or you don't know what is cool? Let's not do that. Instead, I think tie it to something a little more meaty. Like I said, like it's indicative of something, right? Why have you not been focusing it? That's indicative of something. Okay, now that we've got all that psychological mumbo jumbo, then you just get to take some fun baby steps. Like I said, for me, it's about fit. So my body is a different size. For better, for worse, have an opinion. I'm working on what I'm working on. And I decided I was done wearing clothes that made me sad. I'm done wearing like paint-covered, stained ick. And so what was really helpful for me in the way my brain works, so take it for what it's worth, is I took all of my clothing out. I put all of the pajama pants, all of the sweatpants, all of the cardigans, sweatshirts, so that I literally knew everything that I own. And then I tried on everything that I own. And if it's something that doesn't quite fit right, I either figured out how to adjust the fit or acknowledge our relationship is over. I'm not like, it's a color, it's beautiful, but I'm not going to wear it, right? Because it just doesn't fit right. And that was so helpful for me, because then instead of just like blindly trying to grab clothes somewhere, I was looking at my wardrobe and I was like, I could use a cardigan. I could use a turtleneck. Like I could use more solid tees or whatever it is. I think that a lot of times when we want to express our personal style, it's just like becoming an artist. It takes you a while of imitating in order for you to find your own style. So I freaking love social media for finding new outfit ideas. I tend to follow and find people who have a lot of vintage, unique, quirky pieces. And for me, instead of it being like somebody that I can go and like, oh, I'm going to buy what they are selling, it's more like, oh, I really like how they use those two colors together. I love tacky, obnoxious. Like it like calms my nervous system. What calms your nervous system? What textures do you like? What colors do you like? Start playing with color. Right? Notice when people go, wow, that color really brings out your eyes. Or notice when you look in the mirror and you love the way your skin lights up with a certain color. Notice if there is like the way a shirt fits that you're just obsessed with, or a pair of pants you have fit that you're just obsessed with, right? So pulling together a Pinterest board, finding new fun people to follow on social media, that might be helpful. But if that overwhelms you, I would honestly just go to H&M. Go to Target, go to an affordable store that has a great variety of sizes. Remember that sizes mean absolutely nothing, and just try on a bunch of stuff, right? Like it's putting yourself out there. Right now, what you want to build is your personal style. So just imagine like somebody who wants to be an influencer. If they want to be an influencer, they have to put up content, right? You want to be invested in your personal style. So every day or 3 times a week, you're going to like really thoughtfully get dressed. So let me, Brenna, my sister girlfriend Brenna, give you a few of my takeaways that I hope will help you as you are working on developing your personal style and confidence. The first takeaway is it matters because it matters to you. It totally matters. Yes, there are other things that matter more. Yes, you are a varied person who I'm sure contributes in a lot of ways, but you are allowed to think about yourself and your appearance and your confidence. And I just want to validate that. That doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you vapid. Okay? And number 2 is let's honor where your focus has been. And number 3, bring that delusional compassion into just treating yourself like the most tender newborn baby who's trying to get dressed. You'd be like, I've been getting dressed for 30 plus years, Allison. It shouldn't be this hard. But you have not been getting dressed with this set of information in this body, in this time, in these circumstances. So it's new for now. And I do want to address that idea of confidence. And I think that it is very easy to overlook that small steps build confidence. So allowing yourself to spend an hour just browsing the mall. Like that is going to boost your confidence because essentially you are saying you want a new skill. So you're going to show up and put time in for that new skill. Another thing that I would do is I would maybe just look at your body shape and look at proportions and see aesthetically what your eye likes. I'm trying really hard not to use like words like flattering because it's so subjective. And I want your eye and your body to light up and love what it loves. There are very, very common silhouettes that many people like and will wear that I just don't wear. And I have no judgment on them. Like I just don't like what it does for me proportionally. That I just don't wear it. Doesn't matter how cute it is, how in my style it is. If it's not going to fit my body the way I want, I don't wear it. That's just me. That's what really matters to me. So it's also identifying what really matters to you. Oh, who knew? Who knew I could wax on and on about personal style? I hope that it speaks to you. I hope that it serves you. And just like to tie it back in with Martha, one of the things I loved about the documentary with Martha is that she is just inspired by abundance. And when she was doing events and catering, she said she was very inspired by like the Dutch painters and Renaissance painters and like these very like rich, luscious. And I love decadence. I love opulence. I love absurdity. I love surrealism, Dadaism. I love abstract. I love just all of these like nutty things. They calm my brain down. What's resonating about my style with you is that it's resonating with me. So staying true to what resonates with you, that's what Martha, that's what she's been so at capturing, is it is authentic to her. Sure, maybe it's an unrealistic standard, whatever, right? That's her standard. Her standard just about killed her. Her standard has made relationships difficult for her. Her standard has brought her consequences, like going to jail. I'm not saying she's a saint and that she's never done anything wrong. I'm just saying I love her in all her flawed everything. I love that she has had mistakes and mishaps and keeps showing up because we freaking are so conditioned. And I'm talking to myself right now, okay, Brenna? But like, I've been so conditioned that if I don't just keep this perfect upward trajectory of my body, of my business, of my finances, of my friendships, of everything, that I should just like go lock myself in a cupboard and cry. Because unless it's all going up all the time, I should just get out of Dodge. And I'm done. And I hope you're done too. So I hope we can all show up together, sister girlfriends, imperfectly. I hope we can all show up together just exactly as we are. So I want to leave you with this. Only you can be you, and we need you. We need all of you. Love you so much.
The search for truth never ends. Introducing June's Journey, a hidden object mobile game with a captivating story. Connect with friends, explore the roaring 20s, and enjoy thrilling activities and challenges while supporting environmental causes. After 7 years, the adventure continues with our immersive travels feature. Explore distant cultures and engage in exciting experiences. There's always something new to discover. Are you ready? Download June's Journey now on Android or iOS.